You see any of my other glasses laying around anywhere?
There we go. Okay, live we are. It looked nice today. Very nice.
Just today. Thank you.
Most days. I don't know why that one is frozen. So we'll have to see if it unfreezes. It's kind of freaking
Can
me
you
out.
look on your phone? See if
Oh, we can see the comments here too.
we're.
Okay, everybody, here we are with our weekly Facebook meeting. Hopefully you can hear us as always. So we're gonna go start with our shout out. I made it to everyone who announces their safeties. What do you think, Alex?
So it didn't go to anybody? I'm just kidding.
Well, you're right. It didn't go. It only went to 3 people. So the shout out again, anyone who calls their safeties, all 3 of you. Our upcoming events is another 8 and 9 ball Tricup.
What?
I'm just making sure you're with me. So the dumb joke of the week. Did you get it?
Yes.
As they say during election season in Transylvania, every count votes.
That is pretty dumb.
I know, but considering tonight is the beginning of the shit show, might as well just start with an election joke. So last weekend was our Tri-Cup, and it went pretty good. What do you think?
To the end.
Well, it went good in the end too. There was just a couple poor sports involved there. What do you think? I see this is going to be a lively.
No, I mean, I think if you're having an issue, you've got to come get us. So there were 2 things that happened yesterday. And before anybody got us, they were both out of hand.
That's a good way of putting it. One involved because somebody doesn't keep score on paper very often.
I mean, there are tutorials, correct?
Yes.
Did you put one on our Facebook page? How to keep score
That's
on
not a bad
paper?
idea. That is not a bad idea. Basically, one team that couldn't is not used to keeping score had struggled with it, and then the other team got frustrated because the other team was struggling with it.
The other team was trying to, Team B was trying to tell Team A that they were keeping score incorrectly. And Team A was telling Team B that they were adding dead balls. But the reality of it, Team A wasn't keeping score properly because whoever was keeping score didn't realize that every game has to add up to 10. So and I tried to explain it to them too, but by that time they just weren't having any of it.
It began to get rather heated, and people were running out of patience.
Yeah.
If they had gotten us, and we could have, we can't tell them how to fix it, but we certainly could have helped moderate it.
Well, sure. I mean, it was 7, 5 dead balls, and 8. That adds up to 18. So the answer to the question is either each player had more balls and there were no dead balls, or there were more dead balls, or this player had more points and there was a dead ball. I tried to explain it, but by the time, as I was sitting there, the guy was erasing it and trying to fix it to match the other score sheet. So I couldn't continue along the line to show him where the error was made.
But
So anyway, they were pissed off and left pissed off,
and yet you should really have to go rack by rack.
well, you should talk to each other. At the end of every rack, what do you have?
We are going to be stressing scorekeeping at the Tricups going forward. And then the
I
other,
mean, 9 ball, it's not that it's hard to score, but people distract you. I mean, if somebody like talks to you or taps you on the shoulder or whatever it could be, it's easy to lose a ball here or there, let alone a rack, which was missing in one of the
and
matches.
it is a priority for the APA to get an app out that they can use for tournaments, but it's not out yet.
Well, yeah, they have to roll out the scorekeeping app to the rest of the league, and there's a part of the league that doesn't want the scorekeeping app. It's my understanding.
Um, I think the way that I understand it is they are trying to roll it out for those of us that have it. I don't know, but it's not out yet,
Yeah, I
and
don't know.
it's a problem. So that was one event, and then the other one was one guy probably just had too much to drink,
Yeah.
and he was just working on another player's nerves.
We worked on my nerves. I was literally there for like 10 seconds.
He
I'm like,
worked
give me that rack.
he worked on my nerves earlier in the day. And again, the nobody got us until things got heated.
Until everybody was pissed off.
And that we have procedures for when people are being challenging. But we can't help you if you don't get us. Hi Donna, how are you? You look nice.
But I mean, as a whole, it went very, Saturday was so quiet. And every time that happens, I know something's
Yeah,
going
we
to
know
happen
it's
the
coming.
next day. It was just a matter of when.
It's kind of like when I was bad and like, or even when I wasn't bad, but when I got blamed for something and I knew I was going to get beat by my father, I just had to sit there and wait till it came. That's a little too much history for some people, I guess. Um,
Yes, parents did beat their kids back in the day.
and so that's scoring on paper, bad sportsmanship. So that's pretty much everything that we got for the news. Did you take the unpaid players off rosters this week, Alex?
Yep.
So if you're missing players that were not paid,
If you're wondering why you have a debit on your account, if you had a player that played one match, the team got charged for that membership. So you work that out with Max. Don't call me.
yes, we're not. Yeah, there was a lot of inter-office chatter for that. So I couldn't really think of a rule that needed to be talked about this week, so I picked balls on the floor because somebody had asked me.
I think, well, every week we should talk about the fact that, I would like to go by the book with memberships. You play an unpaid player, you lose all your points, and the other team gets them.
That would be pretty harsh.
That's what the book says. What the official team manual says. I know freaking Baltimore's having trouble with their memberships too, according to the video today.
So if you play an unpaid player, I get my points plus the points that your player got?
Yes.
I would like that.
The team gets 0.
Interesting. But I think that's how it should be.
Or if you play an unpaid player, you take away the points of the unpaid player if they won. If they didn't win, you take away the bonus points. I don't know, something. It's like, when I picked up my first cue ball that I wasn't supposed to and gave the other player ball in hand, I never did it again.
That's the objective.
Yeah. It's bad enough we have to collect money for our own league on a weekly basis, which is ridiculous to you guys that have been playing pool for years. How do you not know you have to pay that night or the next day? But this is APA's money, and I'm tired of being, a debt collector for the national office.
Especially since we don't get a
So we don't
percentage.
get a penny of it. That all goes to tournaments and every other thing.
I thought it just went to the president.
No, Walter.
Well, they think all our league fees just go to us.
Well, that's true. Anyway, move on.
So
Didn't we do balls on the floor already?
maybe somebody knocked a ball on the floor and they didn't know. Object balls that get knocked off the play surface will be spotted on the foot spot.
Don't read so fast.
Object balls that get knocked off the floor playing surface will get spotted on the foot spot. the foot spot is taken, the ball will be placed directly behind the foot spot, as close to the foot spot as possible. If 2 or more balls are knocked on the floor, they are placed in numerical order with the lowest number ball closest to the foot spot. Spotted balls are placed frozen to one another. I've never seen 2 balls knocked off. Have you?
I didn't know they were supposed to be frozen.
It might occur that a player legally pockets a ball while simultaneously knocking other balls on the floor. In this situation, it's still their turn, and the balls are not spotted until the end of their turn. If the balls on the floor is one of the shooter's balls, then it is spotted when the shooter has pocketed all of their other balls. If the 8 ball is knocked on the floor, the shooter loses the game.
Okay, so if the ball on the floor is one of the shooter's balls, then it is spotted when the shooter has pocketed all of the other balls. Now, does that mean in that turn or in that whole game?
Oh, it doesn't specify.
It doesn't specify.
I would think in that turn. Yeah, I would think so. Well, in this situation, if it might occur that the player legally, oh, that's it during their turn. If they legally pocketed a ball, they keep going. 9 ball, any balls that get knocked off the playing surface will be immediately spotted on the foot spot. The 9 ball is spotted anytime it is knocked off the table other than when it is pocketed, anytime it is pocketed and the shooter scratches or otherwise fouls.
So an 8 ball, you wait to the end of the turn, and 9 ball, you do it immediately.
Yes, the end of the turn if the shooter made another ball. This is actually a common question, and this was one that when I was a shooter we didn't know. We just put the balls in the pocket, or we just marked them as dead.
So what's the rule, Walter? If you just move a ball by mistake, do you put it back immediately, or do you put it back when the turn is over?
Well, if it's accidentally moved before the turn, it goes back. If it gets accidentally moved while the shot's happening, as soon as the shot's over, it goes back. And it must go back.
Okay.
Our thought of the week is it's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the preparation to win that matters.
It's the will
to prepare to
I
win.
don't think you should be doing the audiobook. You can't read all the words.
We are talking about doing an audiobook of the team manual. Is there anybody here that would actually listen to it?
Is there anybody here that wants to do the reading? Who has a good voice? Who does have a good voice?
I'm trying to think.
Who has a radio voice?
I know some of our players have a face for radio.
You can't say things like that. That is just mean. Why do you have to be mean?
Not mean. We're not arguing today. Everybody's probably like, oh, let's get
that's
this
why
over.
I think that we should have them on Tuesdays. Like, I'm tired after
Let's
a
get
long
this
weekend.
over.
I know. I feel the same way.
Let Ron Beckwith do it. He has a good voice. Who else could do it? So I proposed this to the league operators, and they suggested we get Morgan Freeman.
And what did they say? How did they say to say it?
And then the next one said James Earl Jones. So
no, you said, didn't you?
I said if we got Morgan Freeman, it would be the APA team manual from Shawshank. And if we got James Earl Jones, it would be Darth Vader does APA.
But how did you do it?
What do you mean?
When you were telling
Oh, Yoda.
No, you did Darth Vader too. How it would be.
Luke, that is not a foul.
Anyway, what else you got?
The Yoda one I had too, but I couldn't say that. I can't even repeat it. I have to see it written down. So that's the thought of the week. Our birthdays are Raquel.
Well, how about pregnancies? You're allowed to do it now. So, by the way, you made a liar out of me.
What are you talking about?
So, Christina Sheets is pregnant, right? And you asked me last weekend, could you were about to say it.
I don't remember.
And I said, no, don't say it. It's not your story to tell. And then you go and you talk to Christina like you never even knew it. And I was like, yeah, Walter wanted to tell everybody, but I said no.
Alex, I can't remember what I had for lunch.
I know, but you made a liar out of me.
Well, I didn't mean to.
I know.
This time.
I know. And who else is pregnant?
You?
God forbid.
Is it public knowledge?
Yes.
Cassie?
Cassie.
You know, it's a good thing that I didn't say somebody else that you didn't know about. That is not public knowledge.
Do you know somebody?
That was a setup. No.
So Christina Sheets and Cassie, and they're due like a few days apart, I think.
Well,
So
congratulations to them. And my daughter's pregnant too.
She's due in July also.
Yeah. I don't think she very much liked the fact that she doesn't want to know what it is. And then I said, when it comes out in this day and age, it can pick what it wants to be.
Did you say that?
Yeah, she got really mad. I said, what does it matter? It can be what it wants to be anyway.
Was it? I don't know. Anyway, move on.
Okay.
Birthdays.
Raquel
Terry Martin.
and Wilhelmina Wilt. Etiquette.
Call your safeties.
And as far as player news, I went to see Carmen Dobbins in the hospital. I think she's still there for the last I heard. She's having some kind of a medical issue, and she may be out now. She was looking pretty good, and she had good spirits, but she's got something going on that they're trying to figure out.
What are the comments? I can't see them all.
Thank you. And yep, Tina and I are a week apart. And Cassie thinks, Becky thinks that they all think Andrew Hoffman should do the team manual.
Well, we'll have an audition.
He's now nominated. What else you got, Alex?
I got nothing. We have 5 minutes to get out of the house.
If anybody knows of any pregnancies, or if they're pregnant, and
Weddings, engagements, anything you want us to announce to the league.
people being in
These
the
people like good news.
somebody buying a new dining room set, new washer and dryer, new pool stick. Oh, you know who else just had a baby? Who was that? They just had a granddaughter. Who is that? I can't remember that. Remember the guy with all the patches?
Yes, but I don't.
Just had a granddaughter, and I'm at a loss for his name. I'll have to look that
From
up.
Shippensburg,
No,
McConnellsburg.
no, it's local.
I don't know.
Who just had a grandbaby in the area? Well, we're not going to give them time to comment. So anyway, that's our meeting for the week. We're sorry it was on the dull side.
I'm telling you, we should do them Tuesdays. It gives us a whole day to argue.
The argument was last week. Well, if we did the meeting based on last week's argument, the whole meeting would be like this. That's about how it was last week. All right, everyone. We'll see you at Tricup this week. Stay safe in the bad weather tomorrow. Stay warm.
I'm not anticipating any delays this weekend. I don't think we're going to get a lot of snow.
No.
But yeah, you never know. It's Pennsylvania.
Remember to bring your pool sticks in the house. If you're cold, they're cold too. So, have a great week, everyone.
Bye. Be kind.